Hey YouTube, today we are going to talk about the lonely chapter and how I think I got myself into the lonely chapter because when you see online everybody talking about the lonely chapter, they never talk about how you get to the lonely chapter because in my opinion, you just don't stumble upon the lonely chapter on, let's say, on accident, okay? For those who don't know what the lonely chapter is, this is just a part of your life. So, a period of time where you are completely alone because you are focusing on the business or you're focusing on a completely different topic or you're heading to a different direction than your group of friends or then whatever, family members, whatever, and you are completely alone with it. So for a period of time, you are completely alone and you have to struggle alone, you have to go through it alone until you reach a point where you can say, oh, now with all these new skill set that I have, I think I can finally I reach the point that I can meet new friends. That's I think in my definition the lonely chapter. And the thing is that you don't stumble upon it just on purpose. You don't just start a business. You don't just go down the rabbit hole on the self improvement route and you just stumbled upon, oh, now I'm on the lonely chapter because I have no friends. I don't think so. I think it comes from back then. And I will just talk about a bit my experience with it because since primary school, so here in Luxembourg, primary school starts at when you're 6 years old, approximately. And since back then, I never had a group of friends, let's say. I never had a lot of friends. Matter of fact, I never had a best friend. I had a good friend that left me or we grew apart, but in my opinion, he just left me. Um, so I never had a best friend that considered me also a best friend. That's the first thing. And later in primary school, I had one or two good friends, but I was also bullied a lot in primary school. That's also one thing because I was a bit of a victim. I victimized myself a lot when I was a child, but I was a child. Like, how can you victimize yourself as a child? I guess you can. I don't know. The only thing I know is just I was bullied, not physically, or a bit maybe physically, but it was rather just mentally. And for the rest, later in, we call it here lycée, so high school, I guess, for the others. And it continued until, I mean, the bullying continued until 14, 15, and then it got better because I stood up for myself a bit more. And I think from there on, it got a bit better. But the thing about the friends is that I never had a lot of friends to begin with. I never had a whole group of people that, let's say, I was hanging out every weekend. I after school, going to their places. I maybe had I was good friends with my cousins, so family members. But besides them being my cousins, I think if they weren't my cousins, I wouldn't be friends in the first place with them. I don't know. Strange to say. We had a bit of a different mindset. We had a bit of a different hobbies. But when I started 14, 15, I started playing a lot of World of Warcraft. That's the first thing. So I was, which didn't help because I was just inside my room and playing video games all the time. So I forced myself to be a bit more social. So I enrolled myself to play football. So I played football for many years, which forced me a bit to train, which forced me a bit to go run, to stay fit a bit, and to socialize a bit. Because if it wasn't for the football, and to school, I wouldn't socialize at all. So that's also another part. Coming back to this, I think when you're going through lonely chapter now, it comes from back then in the meaning of you never had a lot of friends, or I never looked for friends that did the same to me. Later, when I was in police school, of course, when the self-improvement happened and me going to the gym more often and you had friends at the police academy that were also going to the gym a lot, and we were going out, and we were also partying a bit and going to the gym together and so on, which was fine. But now, and again, it weren't a lot of them, but now, being in the business, I don't know anybody else who does business also in Luxembourg as I'm doing as a solo entrepreneur. I'm sure that there are people like me doing this, but I don't think I'm ready for new friends, because I still have to go through a certain threshold that I can say, because right now I'm just a one entrepreneur, okay? And as soon as maybe I earn money and I start scaling a bit, maybe there I will say, okay, maybe I can be in a group of friends where, or I have some proof that I can show them, hey, I'm not just a one entrepreneur, I'm really an entrepreneur because I take money from people. Nonetheless, coming back to it, me being me in the past, not having a lot of friends, the bullying, and having the chip on my shoulder that I was telling myself, I will show everybody that I'm capable of much more than just go to work out, and wait for retirement. So, in my opinion, and take it with a grain of salt, but if you are currently going through lonely chapter, I think it's also due because you never had a lot of friends to begin with, like me. And I'm just saying this because I experienced it, and I never had a big group of friends that did. I don't have a doctor friend, a lawyer friend, or a pilot friend, where when I sometimes listen to people, they have, yeah, my friend doctor, my friend pilot, my friend lawyer, my friend, I don't know, astronaut, I don't know, like, I don't have this kind of friends. I visited a very low school, so my friends, of course, will not be lawyers and this high paying job, so I don't have this kind of things. And even right now, I'm doing a YouTube video, and I know that nobody of my friends will see this. Nobody of my family members will watch through the end of this video. I just know it. Nobody. And that's also the thing about not having friends, is because when you are a child, and we are growing up in college, not having the support from friends that are heading to the same direction as you is very, very sad. And I can see it now, that even if I had a few friends that were doing not even the same, but understanding, or not even understanding, but just supporting of what I'm doing, it's not that I have zero, but not even a handful, I would say, that support what you're doing. I think it can help you a lot go through this phase, even if they don't understand in which situation you are right now. I think by just having one or two friends that support you and just tell you, yeah, just keep going, I think you'll get it eventually. And it's the same scenario when you are posting content like this one, and I know that they will not watch it, or you're posting content constantly on Instagram, that the only people who like your content are just strangers and not friends. That's it. It's sad, but it is like this. Maybe it's, as they say, because they see in you a version of themselves that they wish they were pursuing, or they wish they could be, but they are not, because you are doing it, and they wish they could do it, but they are not doing it because of whatever reason. And here we go, going through the lonely chapter. It's been a few months that I'm going through the lonely chapter, and few months, if I calculate it, since I started trying to earn money online. It's been 3 years, but nothing really serious. Now, with Sorvyn, I think it's getting a bit more serious, because we finally have real companies trying it. So I think we're getting there, but being in the lonely chapter sucks. It's maybe important to go through it and to tell yourself, okay, after a certain threshold, you can maybe socialize a bit more and go out for a drink or speak with people that have the same mindset than you and are going to the same direction as you. But right now, I can't. I really can't. So I think that's it for this video. I wanted to keep it as short as possible. And again, trying to post more on YouTube. And if you experience the same, just let me know. And yeah, we can also connect with each other. And let me know if you like this kind of content. Like, subscribe, all of this. And if you don't do it. It will help me a lot if this video resonates with some of you people. And yeah, leave me in a comment. Leave me a comment down below. What do you think about it? If you maybe you're in the same situation as me. But here you go. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.